there. Welcome. So you've shared some really insightful stuff with us about that first month, right? That incredible first month of a baby's life.
Yeah, the fourth trimester, as it's often called.
Exactly, the fourth trimester. And our mission today really is to go beyond just, scratching the surface. We're doing a deep dive into this material you sent.
Mhm.
We want to pull out the most crucial bits, help you really get what this time means for the baby and for you as caregivers.
It's like a shortcut, right? Get the core info without drowning in, well, everything.
Totally. A shortcut to feeling confident, not swamped. So we'll be digging into this really helpful guide that unpacks it all.
Sounds good. And, just calling it the fourth trimester, it already shifts your perspective, doesn't it?
How so?
Well, it's not just like the end of pregnancy. It frames it as this vital continuation. The baby's adapting, you're bonding. It's all about survival and connection in this new world.
That's a great way to put it. Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty, like the development week by week, like our source maps it out. Okay.
That first week, wow. It's all those kind of jerky movements, almost surprising. And those reflexes just kick in, right?
Oh, definitely. The startle, the rooting reflex to find food, that little hand grabbing your finger.
Yeah.
They're hardwired, really. Survival instinct.
Hardwired for survival. Okay. But then fast forward a bit, like by week 4, you start seeing some changes.
Yeah, some real leaps, actually. You might spot a little head lift, just briefly, during tummy time.
Oh, nice.
And they're sucking and swallowing. It just gets much more coordinated. Smoother.
That makes sense. They're getting the hang of it.
Exactly. And neurologically, those early reflexes are fascinating. Not random at all. They ensure the baby can, eat and react right away.
Right.
So that shift to more control by week 4, that shows that rapid brain development, learning to interact more deliberately.
Okay, what about senses? Vision, for instance.
Yeah.
Week 1, it's super close up, yeah?
Yep, about 8 to 12 inches is their sweet spot. And they really seem to prefer faces, even though things are still pretty blurry for them. Faces. It's amazing. But by week 4, that changes too.
It does. They start noticing more, tracking things with their eyes a bit. And this is big, starting to actually recognize the faces they see all the time. Mom, dad, whoever's close.
Wow, recognition already.
And that face preference isn't just random. Faces are packed with social cues. It's like fundamental for learning how to connect.
So it's built-in social learning, kind of.
Pretty much. And seeing them track things, recognize you. It shows their attention and memory are really clicking on.
Okay, and hearing, that's working from the start too, right?
Oh, yeah. Week 1, they'll definitely react to loud noises. But what's really soothing is familiar voices.
Like hearing mom or dad's voice they heard in the womb.
Exactly. And by week 4, it seems like they're tuning in even more, picking up on the tone, the rhythm of those specific voices.
Starting to understand the music of language, almost.
You could say that. It suggests they're beginning to interpret what they hear, which is, the bedrock for language later on.
Okay, feeding. The big one for month 1. It's frequent.
Frequent is an understatement. The source says 8 to 12 times a day, easily, in that first week.
And cluster feeding. We hear about that a lot.
Yep, where they just seem to want to feed constantly for stretches. But by week 4, you might start to see a bit more of a rhythm emerging.
A little predictability. Maybe.
Maybe. And hopefully a better latch if breastfeeding or getting the flow right with bottles.
Why so frequent at the start, though?
It's crucial for establishing milk supply for the parent and making sure the baby gets all the calories they need for that insane growth spurt they're on.
Right.
And cluster feeding. That's usually them signaling, hey, growth spurt happening, need more fuel. It can be tiring, but it's biologically normal.
Good to know it's normal, even if exhausting. Okay, sleep. Or the lack of consistent sleep.
Yeah. Week 1, expect chaos. Maybe 16 to 18 hours total, but broken into tiny pieces. All over the place.
Sounds about right. Does it get better by week 4? Please say yes.
You might start seeing slightly longer stretches of sleep. Maybe. Don't bank on sleeping through the night yet, but progress.
Small victories.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And those fragmented patterns, again, biological. They need to wake up to feed. The longer stretches later show their little body clocks, their circadian rhythms are starting to develop.
Okay, and emotions. Week 1 feels like it's mostly just crying.
Crying is definitely the main communication tool, yeah. But by week 4, you might catch little subtle things, signs they're calm.
Like what?
Maybe some little sucking motions, even without a pacifier. Or turning their head towards your voice when you speak calmly.
Ah, okay. Early signs of self-soothing.
Exactly. And starting to engage socially, it's a big step. But, and the source really stresses this, every baby is different. Normal is a huge range. Don't compare.
So important to remember. Okay, so that's the general journey. Now, what specific things do we really need to watch closely, keep an eye on?
Right. Well, feeding is number one, like we said.
Yeah.
And the proof is in the diapers.
The output, yeah. 6 to 8 wet and dirty diapers a day.
Yep. That plus steady weight gain at their checkups. Those are your concrete signs that they're getting enough nutrition.
Okay, got it. What else? Jaundice comes up a lot.
It does. That yellowish tint to the skin or eyes, it's common, especially in the first week.
Why does it happen?
It's from something called bilirubin. Their brand new liver is still learning to process it efficiently. Usually it's mild and goes away on its own, but you definitely monitor it.
And call the doc if it seems really yellow or isn't fading.
Exactly. Don't hesitate.
Okay. Umbilical cord stump. That can look a bit weird.
Yeah, new parents often wonder about it.
Yeah.
The main thing is just keep it clean and dry. Let air get to it.
Don't need to put anything on it.
Generally, no. Just fold the diaper down away from it. It usually dries up and falls off by itself within, like, the first 2 weeks.
Okay, easy enough. Temperature.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Babies are terrible at regulating their own temperature at first. Their internal thermostat is still, like, calibrating.
So they can get too cold or too hot easily.
Very easily.
Yep.
So you need to be mindful, not too many layers, not too few. Feel their chest or back, not hands and feet, to gauge their core temp. Keep the room comfortable.
Makes sense. And breathing. Sometimes baby breathing looks irregular.
It can. Little pauses, faster breathing, then slower. Some irregularity is normal, but they're red flags.
What are the red flags?
Pauses longer than, say, 10, maybe 15 seconds. Any kind of gasping sound.
Mm-hmm.
Or, and this is crucial, any bluish tint around the lips or on their skin.
Okay, those need immediate medical attention.
Absolutely. Call 911 or go straight to the ER. Don't wait.
Got it. Okay, let's shift to supplies. Being prepared. What stuff do you really need? The guide breaks it down nicely. Feeding supplies first.
Right. So if you're bottle feeding, you need bottles, different nipple flows maybe, formula if you're using that.
And if breastfeeding.
A pump can be helpful, milk storage bags, definitely burp cloths, lots of burp cloths.
Oh, yeah. Can't have too many.
And maybe a nursing pillow for comfort, some nipple balm for mom, breast pads. Those basics really help reduce stress.
Okay. Diapering. The endless task.
Yep. Newborn-sized diapers, maybe some size 1s too. They grow fast. Wipes, lots of wipes.
Diaper creator changing station. Or a caddy.
Yeah, having it all organized helps. And washable changing pad covers are a lifesaver. Trust me.
Leave it. Sleep essentials.
Okay, super important. A safe sleep space bassinet, crib with a firm, flat mattress, and nothing else in there.
No bumpers, no blankets, no soft toys.
Absolutely nothing loose. It's about reducing SID's risk. Swaddles or sleep sacks are great. They keep baby snug safely.
Okay. What else for sleep?
A white noise machine can be magic. Mimics womb sounds. And a dimmable nightlight key for those middle-of-the-night feeds without jarring everyone fully awake.
Good tip. Lastly, hygiene and comfort.
Baby-safe soap and lotion, nothing harsh. A reliable thermometer rectal is most accurate for infants.
Nail file or clippers? Those tiny nails are sharp.
They are. Baby-specific ones are best. Maybe some gas drops if your pediatrician gives the okay.
Yeah.
And pacifiers, if you choose to use them, totally optional.
Okay, that's a solid list. But supplies are one thing. What about actually, bonding, connecting with this tiny human?
Yes, so important. The guide really highlights skin-to-skin contact.
Just holding the baby bare-chested against your chest.
Exactly. It's amazing. Helps regulate their temperature, their heart rate, breathing.
Yeah.
And it's just pure bonding magic. For both parents, by the way.
Good point. What else?
Supervised tummy time. Even just for a few minutes, a couple of times a day, when they're awake and alert.
Why is that so crucial?
It builds strength in their neck and upper body. That's the foundation for rolling, sitting, crawling later on. Super important.
Okay. And just talking to them, singing, reading. Does that really matter this early?
Absolutely. Even if they don't understand the words, they're absorbing the rhythm, the tone, the connection. It's stimulating their brain, building those language pathways. Never too early.
Cool. The guide also mentions watching their cues, learning their language.
Yes. Becoming a baby detective.
Yeah.
Figuring out their specific signals for I'm hungry, I'm tired. Whoa, too much is happening.
Like little lip smacks for hunger or rubbing eyes for sleepy.
Exactly. Every baby's slightly different. Tuning into your baby helps you respond faster, more sensitively. That builds trust, makes them feel secure.
And for the parents, taking turns. Getting support.
Oh, please, yes. This is non-negotiable, really. If you have a partner, trade off duties. Call in favors from family, friends. You cannot do it all 24/7 alone without burning out.
It's a marathon, like you said.
Definitely. Self-care isn't selfish. It's essential fuel for the marathon.
Okay. Now, what about things to actively avoid? The guide has a list here. Crowds, sick people.
Big ones. Their immune system is just starting up. You got to protect them from germs, especially in those first few weeks. So yeah, limit visitors, screen for illness, avoid crowded indoor spots.
Makes sense. Overstimulation.
Yeah, their little nervous systems get overwhelmed easily. Think loud TVs, bright flashing toys being passed around constantly when they're clearly tired or fussy. Keep things calm, gentle.
Okay. And unsafe sleep, we touched on that, but it's worth repeating.
Always. No co-sleeping on sofas or armchairs, huge suffocation risk. Keep the crib totally bare. Firm mattress, fitted sheet, that's it. Baby in a sleep sack or swaddle.
Right, very clear. And shaking. Yeah, obviously, never shake a baby, but even rough play.
Absolutely critical. Never, ever shake an infant. Their brains are so fragile. Even overly vigorous bouncing can be dangerous. Gentle movements only.
Got it. What about feeding? Anything to avoid there?
Waiting too long. Don't always wait for frantic crying. Look for those early hunger cues, the rooting, sucking motions, bringing hands to mouth. Feed them proactively.
So respond to cues, not just cries.
Exactly. Keeps their blood sugar stable, prevents distress.
And one last thing the source mentions, this idea of spoiling a newborn.
Myth. Total myth. You cannot spoil a newborn by holding them, responding to their cries, giving them comfort.
Really?
Really, responding to their need for closeness, build security, trust, healthy brain development. You're literally wiring their brain for feeling safe. Hold that baby.
That's incredibly reassuring. Okay, what about the outside world? When can you actually go places?
Good question. The advice is generally to keep outings pretty limited in the first few weeks. Stick close to home.
Unless it's like the doctor's office.
Right. Necessary appointments obviously happen, but maybe just short, gentle walks close by.
Is some fresh air good, though?
Oh yeah, a little fresh air and natural light can be great for both of you. A stroller walk around the block, sitting on the porch, that's usually fine.
Just avoid, what? Malls, crowded cafes.
Exactly. Places with lots of people, questionable air quality, potential sick contacts. Less is more initially.
And why, again? Just refresh us.
Several reasons.
Yeah.
That developing immune system, first off, their sensitive nervous system that gets easily overstimulated, and frankly, their need for consistency and closeness. Big outings can be disruptive.
Okay, keep it calm, keep it close. Predictable.
That's the goal, mostly. Supports their adjustment.
And sun, if you do go for a walk.
Always protect them. Their skin is incredibly delicate. Use the stroller shade, dress them appropriately, avoid direct sunlight, especially during peak hours. No sunscreen yet, usually not recommended under 6 months. Shade is key.
Got it. Okay, the source also brings up some other important points for month 1. Growth spurts and cluster feeding. We mentioned it, but maybe dive a bit deeper.
Sure. They often hit around week 2 or 3, sometimes again later. Suddenly your calmish baby is ravenous, fussy, maybe sleep goes haywire.
And parents panic, thinking their milk supply dropped or something.
Exactly. But 99% of the time, it's just a normal growth spurt. Baby's telling your body, hey, need more milk. Cluster feeding helps increase supply.
So write it out. It's temporary.
It's temporary, it's normal, it's not a reflection on your parenting. Just feed on demand, get support, know it will pass.
Oh, okay. Tracking things. Diapers, feeds, sleep. Is that really helpful? Seems like more work.
It can feel like it, but it can also be really valuable, especially in the early days when you're sleep deprived and can't remember when the last feed was.
Ah, true.
Seeing patterns emerge can be reassuring, and it's super helpful info for your pediatrician. You can use apps the guide mentions: Baby Tracker, Huckleberry, Glow Baby, or just a simple notebook.
And what about talking to the pediatrician? People get nervous, feel like your questions are silly.
No such thing as a silly question when it comes to your baby. Seriously, ask anything. Bring notes, bring pictures or videos if something weird is happening.
Like a weird rash or a strange poop.
Totally. And be honest about how you're doing too. Sleep, feeding challenges, your mood. They need the whole picture.
What are some good questions for those early checkups?
Things like, is this poop color okay? Should I be waiting the baby to feed? How's their weight gain looking? When should I call versus just waiting?
Good examples. Proactive communication is key.
Absolutely.
Okay, switching gears slightly, but hugely important. Your recovery. The parent's postpartum journey.
Yes. Cannot stress this enough. The first month is massive for parental recovery too, especially the birthing parent.
Physically, what should be the focus?
Rest, rest, rest. As much as humanly possible. Gentle care for healing tissues, peribottle, pads, monitoring bleeding, gentle movement when you feel up to it, but nothing strenuous.
And the sleep deprivation.
It's brutal. Taking shifts with a partner is gold. Napping when the baby naps, forget the chores. Lowering expectations massively. Survival mode.
Body image, too. There's so much pressure.
Be kind to yourself. Your body did something incredible. Focus on healing, nourishment, not bouncing back. That takes time. Lots of time.
And mental health, it's a huge transition.
Huge. Hormones are wild. Sleep deprivation messes with you. Don't hesitate to seek help, therapist, support group, even just a non-judgmental friend. Postpartum mood disorders are real and treatable.
And partners' friends need to ask.
How are you doing? Not just about the baby. Check in on the parent. Really check in.
So true. Okay, visitors. Can be lovely. Can be. A lot. How to manage.
Boundaries. Set them early and clearly. No surprise drop-ins. Visitors must be healthy. No colds. Wash hands thoroughly the second they walk in. Maybe even masks in the early weeks.
And keep visits short and helpful.
Ideally, yes. Short visits. And visitors who offer help, bring food, do dishes, hold the baby while you shower, are way better than visitors who just want baby cuddles and expect to be entertained.
The visitor tip card idea sounds genius.
Right. A gentle way to spell out the rules.
Okay, sensory environment.
Yeah.
Making the house feel calming.
Yeah, think womb-like, soft sounds, white noise, gentle music, dim, warm lighting, not harsh overheads, gentle motion sometimes, like rocking. Avoid loud TV, lots of frantic activity. Keep things relatively peaceful.
Creates a sense of security.
Exactly. Helps their nervous system regulate. Less overwhelm.
And bonding. It's not just for the person who gave birth, right?
Absolutely not. Partners, adoptive parents, grandparents, even siblings, everyone can bond. Skin to skin is great for partners too. Talking, reading, singing to the baby, baby wearing, helping with care tasks like baths and diapers.
Builds a wider circle of trust for the baby.
Precisely. Multiple secure attachments are fantastic for their development. Strengthens their whole support system.
Love that. And celebrating small wins. Seems important when things feel tough.
So important. Take the pictures, even if you look exhausted. Note down the little first sneeze, first funny face. And honestly, acknowledge that just surviving the day is a win. Because it really is.
It really is. Final point from the guide. Mindset. Avoiding comparison and guilt.
Crucial. Every baby is unique. Your journey is unique. Social media often shows a highlight reel, not reality. Don't compare.
And it's okay to struggle. Okay to ask for help.
More than okay. It's normal. It's okay to cry, you and the baby.
Okay.
It's okay to feel overwhelmed. It doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're human doing a really hard new thing.
So the parenting mindset for month 1 isn't optimize. It's
survive and connect. That's it.
Crying is communication, not manipulation.
Yes.
You're learning together.
Huh?
Prioritize sleep, hygiene, asking for help.
Spot on. Grace. Give yourself lots of grace.
Okay, wow. So you, our listener, this deep dive, hopefully it's given you a really solid, comprehensive feel for these first crucial weeks, drawn right from the great material you shared. We really hope this helps you feel more informed, maybe a bit more confident, navigating this pretty amazing 4th trimester.
Absolutely. And maybe just one final thought to leave you with. As you're going through these early weeks, maybe think about how creating just small, intentional moments of calm right in the middle of the intensity, how they can really build a foundation for your well-being and for your baby's sense of security. Like, what small, gentle ritual could you maybe introduce? Something just to foster that quiet connection.
That's a beautiful thought to end on. We definitely encourage you to explore any of these topics more if they spark something, or just reflect on your own experience. Thanks so much for joining us for this deep dive.